Is sponsored by the University of Utah Health. Like most things we are uncertain about, it can be easy to turn to Google or social media for nutrition advice. However, it can become overwhelming and sometimes very misleading. And Lucy Mower is a registered dietitian with the University of Utah Health. She's here to share why it's important to meet with a professional when it comes to your health. Welcome, Lucy. Thank you so much for being here
Thanks
today.
for having me.
This is a big topic. So if we go and meet with a registered dietitian like yourself, what are the things we can expect?
Yeah, absolutely. I think first and foremost, when you meet with a dietitian, you can expect collaboration, right? So we are on a team together working towards your goals as an individual. It can be a little bit intimidating sometimes meeting with a new healthcare provider, especially when we're discussing things like nutrition and exercise and things like that. But this is a judgment-free zone where we are really working together to make small incremental changes that are sustainable for you long term. So you can expect that collaboration and a personalized approach, okay? So instead of, blanket recommendations like, you should eat this and not that, I think we want to go a little bit deeper, right? So talking about specific food groups that you enjoy, and then ways that we can implement those on a daily basis with meals and snacks.
Right, that's very cool. And this appointment, who would this be for? Is it someone that's just, looking to improve their health overall?
Yeah, I certainly think that this can cover a wide variety of patient needs. So someone that's just looking to learn a little bit more about nutrition in general and healthy eating patterns, or maybe someone that has been newly diagnosed with a chronic disease. So we can definitely meet with a lot of different patients depending on their individual needs.
Gotcha. And this personalized approach by a registered dietitian is so important for what kind of a patient?
I would say it's most important, especially for those individuals that maybe have tried specific diets in the past that haven't worked for them. So a personalized approach is really looking at, again, kind of how we can pair different foods together on our meals or with our snacks in order to get the best nutrient benefit. So fueling our bodies for what our bodies require, and also thinking about making it feasible for ourselves and for our families.
This is a very important conversation. So we come in and have a meeting with you. How long is this appointment?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think it's important to note that it's going to take a little bit of time, especially in that initial appointment. So about 60 minutes you could expect for the first appointment. And then if you decide to meet with a registered dietitian for follow-ups, anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes typically.
Gotcha. And balanced plate, how does this play a role in this conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're familiar with the food pyramid, this has kind of gone through a couple of different iterations because the food pyramid was a little bit hard to follow. So our balanced plate is really involving 3 different food groups, right? So our proteins, ideally lean proteins, our veggies and fruits, and then our starches are our grains. And I think sometimes when we look at that, we're like, how do I make this work for me?
Right.
So let's think about a typical meal. Maybe it's pasta. Okay, so you got your spaghetti, you got your marinara sauce, and maybe like some sort of a meat on there, okay? And when I look at that, I say, with my patient, let's work on figuring out how we could make this a little bit more balanced, right? And asking them to be involved in the process is really important.
Well, you have all the answers. Certainly, this is a long conversation. Make the appointment for sure with the University of Utah Health.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming and being
Thanks
with us
for having
today.
me. I appreciate
Lucy,
it.
we appreciate your time.
Thank you.